The bride today, she's the Shyamal Bhumika bride, she's very modern and adventurous, and there's a lot of global influence also on her thinking. So one side it's India, it's a strong connect to the Indian craft that she wants to wear on her big day. And then it's about where she's sort of grown up, what she's seen around us. And when destination weddings come into play, the whole game changes. It's all about what will work well with the setting, what goes with the bride's personality.
It could be a finance person in Modern Girl on the Run in New York, or it could be a journalist in Mumbai, or it could be a lawyer in Delhi. We have this modern person who is very aware of what is going on in the world. She has a lot of exposure from the internet, from her travels. She's a bit of an adventuress, and she's willing to take some risks and yet stick to her roots on her big day. She could be, anywhere in the world, but when she gets married and when she dresses up for her big day, she wants to go back to her roots in South Asia and India. She wants to use the arts and crafts of the place from where she is, and that is the kind of person we are designing for.
I'm seeing too many miserable brides who spend a lot of money and try something for 10 minutes in a shop, but then can't move and walk and are being poked, and they always say, wow, is it possible to be comfortable? I mean, it's almost like, damn, when you spend that kind of money, I think the first thing you should take for granted is that looking and feeling good belongs, as I've said often before to you, how you feel in your own body.
I think the brides that I think of, or who I design for, I think are quite fearless. That's one word that really sticks to my mind. She isn't afraid of taking chances. I think she holds her values truthfully, but at the same time doesn't really shun away the future.
I think girls are now choosing lighter silhouettes. There's definitely a trend, perhaps for the wedding day they'd choose something heavy, but there's a trend to be light and mobile and be able to move around and dance freely. So that trend towards lightness, weightlessness is very important. And
they're looking for something novel also. They want to experiment on some of the days with something really different, something that is a statement. It's not a traditional dupatta and not a traditional outfit.
I would definitely want to wear something like what I'm wearing today. I think Gigi does that best. He's for the contemporary, modern bride of today, Indian bride of today. And I love that his stuff is not typically, the typical lehengas that we had back in the day, which was heavy and unable to move in. But Gaurav does these fluid, very, a great mix of and balance of Indian and Western. And I love his silhouettes and the structure of his gowns and his lehengas. So I would definitely want to do something like that.
But what I always tell brides is you break up the pieces. Normally, choli, there's one or two different kinds of drapes because we do a lot of structured draping. And there's usually a bottom. Very sexy cholis that you can wear with a chiffon sari, you can wear it with big palazzos. The skirts work with satin shirts, they work with almost like a plain silk polo neck, or any kind of simple drape top that you pair with this, even a tank top if you got enough attitude. And the drapes can be worn over a kurta or with the choli, with the plainer thing. It's just, literally the combinations and permutations, you could get 8-10 different uses if you had a little creativity. Actually, jumpsuits that you can wear anywhere in the world. You can wear it to someone else's engagement, you can wear it to someone else's sangeet. It's super cool. I think it's super cool because if you wear things all your life, then you shouldn't just be in some kind of costume for 5 days. You should be in super cool things if you think you're cool.
Identify your style. Don't follow a trend blindly because it's what everybody is wearing. And so very important that you're comfortable with what you pick. Do your little research, and there's lots and lots of options. So something that looks good on somebody may not work that well with you. Try to buy something which is an investment, like an heirloom which you would love to pass on. So these are the must-dos for every bride. Invest in real good jewelry. That is something you can pass on. You'll cherish it for life. You can kind of team it with a gown, like a nice polki har with a gown that works really well, a statement cuff. So that's a good investment always.
Well, she should always think of individuality. What is it going to that's going to work on her, and not something that she's seen in a magazine or on a film star. It has to work for her body type. She has to try and be authentic for at least one of the functions. When I say authentic, I mean respect some Indian textile, a Kanjivaram sari or a beautiful Banarsi weave. Respect for jewelry, I think. Jewelry and clothes have to go hand in hand. So I think jewelry shopping should be done quite carefully and sensibly.
I think there should be definitely a beautifully fitted crop top, which is glamorous. That's a must-have, because it's also later the bride can use it forever and ever, and she can style it in so many different ways and wear it with jeans, with palazzos, with anything. So it's very interesting look to have.
I think it's nice to be prepared in time to start with. It's like if your clothes and jewelry and everything is sorted, everything actually takes planning. So, it's your wedding. It happens once in your lifetime, hopefully. So you should really prepare well. Once you're prepared, once you're sorted, stop listening to so many opinions. Form your own opinions. Get somebody professional on board if you are weaker in certain aspects of planning. And there are lots of really good professionals out there. Somebody can make you that fabulous couture gown or lehenga. We can make you that couture jewelry for you. There's a lot of wedding planners out there. It's just like, do the planning right and don't do it in a rush. Brides are much more practical. They are like, okay, I need this for this event. And in within that trousseau shopping, if there is that much, they're kind of buying pantsuits and sari gowns and concept saris, things which are much more wearable for them later on, or even like a gown like this, which you can wear for your own reception, cocktail, or engagement, and which is what brides come to me for. And you can actually, tone it down with lesser jewelry and wear it to your friend's reception as well. So, it's statement enough, but it's not like unwearable later on.
I think that's a great point, actually, because you otherwise buy like an outfit that you can never wear again after your wedding, right? And that's kind of silly if you think about it.
I think it's all about feeling happy and making the choice which is most suitable for you.
It's not about being drowned completely in red. If you're comfortable with a shade of pink or an ivory, brides today are open to it. The families, the mothers, everybody is very happy, and it's ultimately the bride's decision. Shades of different greens as well, which brides now are really wanting to. There's a shift, there's a bride who wants the reds, and then there are brides who kind of want things more suited to their personality and the ambiance. So there's greens, there's lovely pinks, there's even ivories.
A lot of neutral palette, where pastel pink, pastel yellow, pastel brown.
Gold with beige, there is silver, there's pearl grey, and then there's this lavender, which is like a new color if they want to experiment with some color. There are beautiful, gorgeous pinks.
This tiredness with the reds and pinks and fuchsias now, I think brides need and want an alternative color palette.
I'm hoping that a lot of brides are actually getting married in Istanbul or Rome or Goa or Jaipur, Jodhpur, everywhere. And there are lots of them are having day weddings. And I think it's really kind of not right to wear that heavy red gold color in the daytime.
It is your freedom that you have with the Indian drape. Just honor it.